All right, so Microsoft just led a $20 million investment round into decentralized data platform, space, and time. You see, over the last few years, we've seen blockchain technology and crypto get more integrated into everyday life, but one of the biggest problems that we are seeing is that users can see data coming in, but can't tell if anyone has added or changed the data in a malicious way. And this creates a big problem, but is where space and time comes into place and why Microsoft has invested so much money into them. You see, they are developing a new and novel cryptographic protocol called Proof-of-SQL. And what this essentially does is it shows users evidence of any tampering with the data, such as if someone changed the query results in the middle of the query. And this is very important when you're talking about data and blockchain technology, because we want to make sure that any data coming in has not been changed, nothing has happened to it, and that is where space and time comes into place, and why we are seeing so many big names in the investment space pour millions of dollars into this blockchain project. You see, recently, Microsoft just led a $20 million strategic investment round into this data warehouse company called Space and Time. And this is important in my opinion because Microsoft doesn't invest in a lot of blockchain projects. They are more selective with which ones they're choosing, and with Space and Time, they have not only invested in this $20 million investment round, but they also are using it for their data company, Azure. You could see that recently Microsoft's Azure actually is using Space and Time, integrating it with Microsoft's cloud computing company, Azure, to provide its customers with an easy on-ramp to access, manage, and perform analytics on blockchain native data. So not only is Microsoft investing in them, but they also are using it for their cloud computing business, Azure. And this is something that is pretty interesting in my opinion. So the way that Space and Time works is they have a couple of main things. First is that with Space and Time, they have applications for DeFi, for gaming, and for data in general. For DeFi, Proof-of-SQL promises new complex financial instruments to be created on chain, and as DeFi protocols become more advanced, they must access large data volumes and complex computations off-chain, but they bring the results of that computation back on-chain for trading decisions, and when they bring it back on-chain, that is where Proof-of-SQL comes into place, because it ensures that the data hasn't been tampered with when it goes from off-chain back onto chain. Second is for gaming. Proof-of-SQL allows end-game results and in-game events to be directly queryable by smart contracts. This means that with Space and Time, as a trustless intermediary, developers can offer incentives to players on-chain and build new interactivity between smart contracts and gaming servers. And the third is with blockchain projects in general, which ones they're going to be serving right now. They are simply focusing on popular smart contracts and popular ecosystems in the crypto space. They've been looking at like Ethereum, Avalanche, Polygon, BNB, and the biggest names in the space. But they said over time, they're working on integrating Solana and other layer one cryptos in the future as they see which ones people are more attracted to, which one developers are building more on. So that is something that is very important. In addition to this, Space and Time already had raised $10 million back in early 2022 in their seed round. And this is something that is exciting to see because they've been able to raise tens of millions of dollars during the crypto bear market. Early in 2022, when no one was getting investments, they received $10 million. Then recently, Microsoft was attracted to them. They invested millions of dollars in their $20 million round, and this is exciting to see that even though the market has not been performing well, Space and Time has been continually able to raise money. Early 2022, then again right now, and they've been able to make major partnerships with not only Microsoft, but they already have big partnerships with, for example, Chainlink and some of the biggest names in the crypto space. Last couple things I want to go over with Space and Time is with what has been going on with their actual interface and website right now. So when you're looking at their website, you can see a couple of interesting things. They label themselves as a Web3 native, decentralized data warehouse. And as I said, when you're thinking about crypto, when you're thinking about technology progressing, one of the most important things is data and how data is handled. So with blockchain technology and with Space and Time, they have a very useful tool, but not only that, their team is one of the best and impressive teams that I have seen in the crypto space and really just in the technology space in general. When you're looking at their team, they have people who have worked at some of the top firms in crypto and tech space, but also with their advisors, they have advisors who are co-founder of Chainlink, the CTO of Teradata, head of brand at YouTube is on their board of advisors. You could see SVP at Ticketmaster. They have some of the biggest names in not only tech, but also in crypto for their advisors and actually working on their team. And this is a pretty top-notch team. I haven't really seen any team in the crypto space that has this many big names on it, but Space and Time does, and it makes sense because this is why they've been able to attract some investments from Microsoft and some of the biggest names in the investment space. In addition to this, you can see they're backed by, it says right here, Chainlink, Framework, M12 Ventures Fund, which is Microsoft. They also have raised funds from Avalanche, Polygon, and other names in the crypto space. Last thing I want to go over in particular is what is going on with their partners. They have a lot of big partners already, some of which are Artha Solutions, as well as Chainlink, Polygon, Avalanche, Microsoft Azure, and AWS. If you're looking for a project in the crypto space that is making major moves, I would definitely keep an eye out on Space and Time, because not only do they have a great product that focuses on data, which only is going to become more important in the blockchain space, but they also have a very solid team, solid advisors, and they are partnered with the biggest names in tech, in crypto, and that's exactly what you want to see if you're looking into projects right now. So just keep an eye on Space and Time. They have some pretty big announcements coming up. They just had a couple of big investment rounds, but I hope you enjoyed today's video, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. See ya.